Hi, what's going on, guys? It's Almond. Welcome back to another Wizard 101 video. In today's video, I want to go over a clip that happened within my live stream from the past couple days, and I got asked a question from one of my friends, Timothy. How did I start my journey from YouTube to where I'm at right now, which is 1,200 subscribers and being monetized as well? So I wanted to turn it into a video, so the new people who get introduced to my channel or anything like that and want to know a little bit about me and the story about me, they can always just check back this video and basically get a little bit of knowledge behind DaRealAlmond, essentially. But if you do enjoy this type of content, be sure to leave a like on this video, be sure to subscribe, and remember that 90% of you guys that watch me on a daily basis are not subscribed. So if you guys can do me a huge favor, subscribe. It's free. You guys can always unsubscribe later. And yeah, let's get into the clip from the stream. How was your journey for YouTube? So you want to know my entire journey of YouTube, like starting from zero to where I'm at type of journey? Or are we just talking about just overall? Because there's two separate answers for that. The quick one and obviously the long one, which I just tell you the whole. So you want the entire... Okay, I'll give you the entire, I guess, scenario of where I got to where I'm at, I guess you can say. Story of my life, draw my thing. I could do that, but lead survival, less junk. Producer, but I need the executive deck for fire. I got the executive ring, guys. Let me get into the next fight and I'll explain, because I'm gonna lose my train of thought. But back to what I was saying. So the way I got to where I am right now, basically back in high school, maybe I would say junior year, maybe. So junior year, I haven't played. I used to play COD, but not as much. And then junior year, I was TAing for my favorite teacher. That was a chemistry teacher, and he likes games as well. So he would play Call of Duty, he would play Destiny, he would play a ton of stuff. And since I was his TA, we were really cool. Whenever he didn't have anything with me, I would take his Xbox and go to the lab and he had a monitor for me, so I would just sit there and play Xbox, you know. I had an Xbox at the time too, but just to be more grindy, I guess you can say, I would play over there and middle of class technically, right? And I would do the same thing at lunch just to grind, so then when I go home I can grind even more on the games. And one of my friends was like, hey, you should do YouTube and stuff like that. But I was like, I wanted to at the same time, but that's where I was in that situation. I don't know if I would be able to do it, you know. And then we just eventually did it, but I didn't upload COD at the time because I didn't have an Elgato. So what I did was I uploaded 3 Minecraft videos way back in the day, and that was for someone's server that was a mod for. And he was like, hey, you should promote the channel, or not promote the channel, promote the server. I was like, sure, I can try doing that, and I did that. The video is private, by the way. I'll probably show it sometime in the future, but that video is private because I didn't like my voice. And from there I was just like, I don't know if I want to do this YouTube thing, because I was like, it's whatevs. I just did it just because, the basically the admin was telling me hey, you should promote it, whatever. In deep down I did want to do it because I love COD, because we played World War II COD all the time in class. We didn't get to play Modern Warfare 2 and stuff like that because he wasn't being able to bring that. Will we see more Minecraft content soon? I don't know. I think I did try to do a series on my channel with Minecraft, on the Xbox though, but it just was terrible because I didn't like the controls on Xbox. If I were to do Minecraft now, I'll probably do it with a bunch of people on a server. And I have Bradley, or Brad basically, that was in the video with all the streamers. Bradford, he owns a Minecraft server, so I can always hit him up if I ever want to do a Minecraft thing stuff. So I have somebody in contact basically, and he's hella chill. So if I ever do that, I can always do that, but just not at the moment, because I'm just enjoying Wiz right now. I'm taking a break from COD. So anyways, back to the story. So yeah, like after the whole Minecraft thing, I was just like, I don't know if I should do it. And then eventually I got like I saved up like a bunch of money, and then I eventually bought a Elgato HD60S. So I used that for my Xbox. But before I even started using the Elgato, I started playing a game online. It was called Tanky Online, basically a tank game. And then like at certain times in a match, it's not always, certain times in a match, there'll be this gold box that drops. I mean, if you got it in your match, people would fight over this gold box, because what it did was it would say like on your screen, gold box is dropping soon, and everyone would be hyped in the chat. They'd be like, oh my god, like, because it's not, the gold box never 100% drops on your map. Like whenever you're in a match, it doesn't always drop. And whoever got it, because it falls down from the sky, so whoever got it would always like try to fight for it. And if you got it, you got 1,000 crystals, and people would use those crystals to level up their tank and everything like that. So like people would always fight over it. There's so many people, content creators in that tank community, and I enjoyed that game growing up. So I tried making a video on it, but obviously I was using my laptop and everything like that. It just was very bad quality, but I still tried to put out the content. But I don't remember if I was using my mic. I mean, those videos are still up on my channel, I think. I mean, if they're not, they're not. But when I did play that game, like, but my mic was really bad. But then I went through that whole phase of playing tank games. And then when Pokemon Go came out, I enjoyed that game for a little bit, because in my town, this is still in high school, by the way. Like all this I'm talking about is still in high school. Everyone knew I was addicted to the game, like in my whole friend group, and a lot of people in like my high school knew I was addicted to games, because I was like maybe like top 3 in my town for Pokemon Go, because I literally had so many legendaries and so many other stuff for Pokemon Go, and I would have all the gyms around my town. And that was just like a fun phase type thing. I did make one video on Pokemon Go, and that was just flexing my account, but I didn't really like show like face and just traveling around town type thing, because I didn't want to do that on YouTube. So then that phase happened. Then Call of Duty came back. So then what I did was I finally started recording COD, and I started off playing Black Ops 3 because I enjoyed Black Ops 3 a little bit more. And then that was fun, because literally like Black Ops 3, the whole wall riding type thing wasn't as bad as like Advanced Warfare and everything like that. So that was fun. Played that. And this, I didn't have a mic at the time, like I said, so I don't think I uploaded. I just played like music in the background, and this was like basic editing, like not the best editing. Like now I'm getting better at editing, but it wasn't the best editing, like I said. But it was pretty fun nonetheless. And then eventually World War II came around, and this is when I had like maybe like 50 subs or 100 subs. And I'm still in high school at the time, and this was like my senior year, I believe. It was like towards the end of my junior year, I believe, like towards the end of my junior year. And my friend Ty, I mean, you guys see him in the chat here and there, he's the one who kind of pushed me to do YouTube, because he believed in me. And what we would do is in my I think it wasn't chemistry, it was my physics class. We would write in the books and say subscribe to DaRealAlmond because everyone would just write in the books when they were bored. So what he did was go to all the books and just wrote subscribe to DaRealAlmond, subscribe to the DaRealAlmond, like all over the pages, and just all these books. So whenever some people would just open the books, I would see people just looking at me across the room, and they'll be like, did you write this? And they would say like subscribe to DaRealAlmond, because at the time my nickname was Almond. Because like that, it just stuck with me. My nickname has always been Almond because it's close to my actual name. But yeah, it was close to my actual name. So when people saw the name Almond, people were like, hey, you wrote this in the book. I'm like, no. Ty wrote it down. I didn't write anything. So I gained some subscribers within my classmates and stuff like that because of that. So that, I think, pushed me to like close to 100, I believe. And then World War II came out, and then started playing World War II, got like into it because I had someone who's game sharing with me on Xbox. So they bought, the person that was game sharing with me was my teacher that I TA'd for, my chemistry teacher. So he's like, yeah, I'll game share with you. So I had World War II, I had like Destiny, all that type of stuff. So then I started playing like Destiny 2 on my channel a little bit, not really, but a little bit, and then played World War II. But I got mainly my source of like viewers from World War II because of I did all like those boxes, I grinded, I did like a lot of like trailers of like explaining what other stuff did, everything like that. So I think that's where like my main like growth started to go. And then I got to like close to almost like 150, and then Fortnite came out, and this was when Fortnite was in its prime, when people like my friend group actually enjoyed it. Now we don't even play it. Like I don't even bother playing it. I just look at Fortnite, I'm like, bro, I'm not playing that. Like this was like season 3, season 4, season 5, around that era. And we actually enjoyed it because it wasn't as bad. Now it's just like I don't want to. I'm not touching that game ever again. And then I started doing a little bit of videos with those, and my friends did montages, stuff like that, just like funny type of montages, turned those into videos, and then that got me to close to like 200. And then I believe I did a little bit back to World War II, and I think I stopped doing YouTube for a while, like around 220 or 230 subs, around there. I just stopped doing YouTube because I was just like, you know what, like I don't think I'm gonna turn this into my livelihood. I don't think I'm gonna like actually be able to do it. So I just started focusing on me and college work, and just like actually pursuing, because at the time I didn't know what I wanted to be. I was just like, bro, like I had conversations with like my professor, well, not my professor, with my counselor, conversation with family members, all types of stuff. Like I had so many conversations with people, like trying to figure out what do I want to do in life, like what major should I follow up with, because I didn't know. That's why I just stopped doing YouTube. And then eventually the idea came across, since I I love math, I love I know that's like a terrible thing to say, I love math, but I loved math growing up because it was fun, because I would always have people trying to beat me in certain scenarios, so I will always just love it. And then I had like a phase where I just didn't like math anymore, but I still kind of do love math. Then I got the idea of just doing computer science, so like right now I'm just working on computer science while I'm doing, well, yeah, while I'm doing this technically, but at the time I was just focusing mainly on that. And this was last year, so I had 250 last year, and at the end of July, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna push through and try to do YouTube, you know, because I enjoyed it. But I just really just had that mindset of like, hey, you know, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it. You know, there's so many people in the world, and people choose to watch other people, so I don't think people would watch me, you know, particularly. I mean, but at the end of the day, people watch people for their personalities, for who they are, you know what I mean? So I was like, okay. And then my friend Ty was saying like, hey, you know, you should just do it, you know, you could try, like, we believe in you type thing. I was like, all right, you know, I'll follow up, I'll try doing YouTube again, you know. So then Cold War came out, and I was like, all right, I think this is my COD, you know, I think this is my game that I feel like I could break through and try to get a ton of subs, try to get a ton of followers, and just keep promoting it. So I promoted it on like Instagram, promoted it on Discord servers, like Call of Duty Discord servers, all type of stuff. Whenever like new stuff came out, I would just promote my stuff, you know, and try to get a little bit known. Even like it's kind of hard to break through a community like Call of Duty because how big it is, how popular it is, and just having that one person stand out, it's very hard. So yeah, I was like, you know what, I'll try it. So then what I did was I started grinding on that game, like I mean insane, and you know, being able to do it. Oh, I meant not Cold War, I meant Modern Warfare, my bad. I've been saying Cold War. Cold War just came out. I meant Modern Warfare. So I grinded Modern Warfare like crazy. Cold War just came out, so that's a whole different situation. I meant to say Modern Warfare. So yeah, I was grinding Modern Warfare, and wanted to break through. So what I did was I did like co-op. I talked about all the glitches that you can do within that game. Talked about how I unlocked like certain camos, because so many people were wondering about how to do certain camos. So I had like Damascus, like all like the mastery camos, diamond, gold, all type of stuff. Did videos on those, did sniper montages because I was pretty good. I don't think I'm that good now, but I was pretty good at its time. Using Car 98, all that type of stuff. Then Did those videos. Did I, whenever there's like a new season in that game, there'll be this new like emblem, and the emblem is like it stays next to your name, and people would always try to get it because it's so hard. You have to do like 100 challenges, everything like that. And this was like, I was probably like at 400 subscribers, maybe like 300 at the time. And this one season, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stay up when the season drops. And my friend was like, why are you gonna do that? Just wait till it's later. I'm like, no, I'm staying up. And the reason is because whenever the season drops in that game, all the challenges are released, all that type of stuff, but people focus more on the gameplay. No one really does the challenges unless you're like a channel dedicated to doing that. And I wanted to show that anybody can grind, you know, anybody can grind that game and just try to get as much camos and much emblems, everything like that. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna take this season seriously, and this was a specific season. And I did all the 100 challenges within like a day or two, and that, just doing that and getting it and made a video about it, got so much traction on my channel. Got like what, 6k views, 8k views, 10k views, all that type of stuff, just from me showing the community that like anybody can grind, anybody can just do those 100 challenges quickly as possible. I even had people reach out to me in the community saying like, dude, like congrats, like, you know, you're insane, you're cracked, you're crazy, like I can't believe we did it that quick, like the season just dropped and you're doing all these challenges that quickly, everything like that. So I had like people just telling me like, dude, like all that type of stuff. So then I was like, okay, like I even had like people in the community like telling me like, hey, yo, congrats. And some people couldn't even unlock it because I think since I was like one of the few, I was able to unlock it before like some glitches happened where you couldn't unlock it for like a couple weeks, and I just had it, and people would just always be asking me in chat, in game chat, in the middle of games, and be like, dude, how do you have that, and I'll just be like, dude, it's because I grinded and stuff like that. And then they would check out my channel because I would have YT in front of my name as a clan tag, so I had people check out my channel. Then the next season drop, I did the exact same thing, people reached out to me, all the type of stuff. But yeah, I gained a huge following from that, and then that just made me break through, and I got to like almost 1,000 followers at that point. It was insane. And then I think that basically sums it up, to be fair. And then I got my 1,000 followers, and then Cold War came around, so I started doing a little bit of that. But I mainly got to where I was because I uploaded Modern Warfare, and so many people were looking Modern Warfare content back at that time, and people still do. I still get questions in my live streams or even like in other comments of other videos saying like, hey, does it still work, even though like no one really plays it, and I just reply to them or whatever. And then, you know, that's basically how I got to where I was. And then I was like, I want to, like, you know, I want to improve my content. And just remember, at this time I'm still using a laptop to record my content and being able to push it out, because I would use my Elgato, use my laptop, using it at like low quality, everything like that, because my laptop was not the best. And then eventually Cold War came out, and I was like, you know, I need to improve my content, you know, even though I use an Elgato and everything like that, I kind of want to improve my content. And then now I have my PC, 2 monitors, one of them's a BenQ, one of them's an LG 1920 by 1080, I mean, 144 hertz monitor for my gaming. So I have Wiz on there, I have everything on there. And then I just record it with my Elgato to my PC, all that type of stuff. So I just use that to do everything. That's really what I'm doing right now. And then I was like, you know what, since I got a PC, I can start playing PC games. So I started doing a little bit of Among Us. I wanted to do Among Us, so I mean, I did a little bit of that with a couple friends. Then I was like, I haven't played Wiz in such a long time, because I did play Wiz back in the day, just it's been a minute. I was like, you know what, I think I want to play Wiz again. So then I got a character, high level and everything like that. But first I was gonna do it with my friends. I was like telling my friends like, hey, like, do you want to play Wiz and stuff like that? Like, it's been a minute. And then I bought him membership, and then I bought myself membership. But then he got busy with his stuff and stuff like that. I was like, you know what, we got to like level 30 or whatever, I think it was, like on my fire, something around there. And I told him like, you know what, because he was busy, I was like, you know, I'll just make a new character in the meantime till you get like, till you're not busy anymore. And then that's why I made my Storm. I literally sped run on my Storm to 1 max level basically. And then I was like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna just start making Wiz content. And I know the community is kind of small, you know what I mean, like, but everyone's very nice to each other, and which I kind of like. The COD communities on the other hand is like the complete opposite. It's big, very competitive, everything like that. So just switching between two communities is very different. I still get comments like saying, whoa, why you don't play COD, why you don't play COD. And it's like, I mean, I definitely would. Just where I'm at right now in the community, it took a lot out of me, and I just wanted a break from it. And it was very, very toxic, very. So I was like, you know, I just want to break from everything like that and want to play something different. So I started playing Wiz again, but this time actually posting videos about it. And then, you know, I enjoyed it for what it was. Then I wanted to make a video where I, you know, met new people, essentially, like meet new people in the community, and try to make videos with it. So I did videos by myself, and then I was in the Wizard 101 Central Discord server, and then I saw Speedster was making content. So I was like, and then I was like talking to my friend. I was like, hey, I don't think I've ever done a collab, and he's like, yeah, you haven't. I was like, I should do collabs. I feel like I should meet new people. You know, it's always fun to meet different content creators and see how they do their things, because not every content creator is going to be using the exact same stuff, have their own exact same editing, exact same methods. Everyone has their own stuff, you know what I mean? So then I told my friend, like, hey, I think I'm gonna collab with other people in the Wizard 101 community, and he's like, go for it. You know, if it's gonna make you prosper and stuff like that, yeah, like, you know, meet new people, have fun, like, definitely do it. And I told him, like, I want to take a break from COD and stuff like that, and he was completely fine with it. You know, because it was very tough making content in the COD community, because it's very hard to just like stand out in the community. It's very hard. And the people who've done it are just known in the community. So, you know, then I texted Speedster on Discord, and I was like, hey man, like, because I saw his content, like I've seen his content like a couple times, and I was like, hey man, do you want to collab? Like, I was thinking about, we can, you know, I wanted to do a podcast, because no one's done a podcast in this community, unless they probably have, maybe, but from what I've seen, I haven't seen like anyone do a podcast really. Smojo said he's tried, but it's very hard. Like I said, it's very hard to get people together, especially now, like from what I've seen with the community of how it's been torn, I guess, since I've been gone, with drama and stuff like that, which kind of sucks. But it's okay, you know, stuff happens. But, you know, I DM'd him saying, like, you know, like, could we have you down for a collab? And he was down. Like, he was very down, which I'm very appreciative of him, because I want to be where I'm at right now in the Wiz community without without collabing with them, essentially. I mean, sure, I did meet a lot of people, you know, I met a lot of new viewers and stuff like that, but I think me collabing with Speedster and someone else in the community that was like kind of somewhat known was very fun to me, and just meeting someone new. And I'm glad I met him. You know, he's a very chill guy, laid back, everything like that. And, you know, he did his own content, and then he asked for some help, streaming wise, some other stuff, and gave him some tips and stuff like that you could do. Same thing for editing, gave him some tips, everything like that. Then after him, I was like, you know, I want to do more people. Like, I started advertising my podcast with him, and he started advertising my video I did with it, or his video that I did with him, which is like favorite world, everything like that, like just those questions. And started DMing other people in the community, which I was like, I doubt I'm gonna get a response out of, because everyone's just so busy, and especially with like other stuff that's been happening in the community, drama based and everything like that. I was like, I really doubt someone wants to collab right now, because everyone just isn't like in their own mood at the moment. You know, everyone wants to just focus on themselves, which is very understandable. There's nothing wrong with that. But I just wanted to do like a podcasting to like kind of understand a little bit more, so people can get like a understanding of the person I'm collabing with, and just like getting a little bit of knowledge behind that person. So like for Speedster, we learned a little bit about who he is, you know, what he does, his opinions on the game, everything like that. So I kind of want to continue stuff like that. So if I do a podcast, for example, with like Polar Bear, for example, who he is, what he does, how long he's been streaming, everything like that. Like that's the whole point of the podcast I wanted to do. I wanted to do something like that, you know, just me interviewing somebody, not like a whole group effort type thing, because it would be like, oh, you know, who's gonna upload it type thing. But I was like, you know, I just want to do like on my channel, just me interviewing people type thing. And yeah, so I started DMing people, like crap ton of creators. I'm not gonna specify who, what, where. But I did DM it a lot of people in the community. I got some no's and some, well, actually 98% of it was no's, and some of them were like the other 2% were people just saying like they would be down but in the future. But everyone else was just saying that no, they can't, they're busy, stuff like that, with their own content. Very understandable, very reasoning. And then some of them just didn't even reply, which, you know, it's fine. Like I get it, you know. And then I was like, I want to meet new people in the community, and I was like, you know, I'll just meet some small streamers, you know, because I'm small myself, you know, in the community, in my opinion. Like, I'm not known in the community, you know what I mean? I'm small. So that's how I met like a bunch of creators in the community. That's literally how I met Smojo, to be honest. How I met Smojo, how I met Speedster, how I met Polar Bear, Fiona, Brad, Senpai, like everybody in the community. That's literally how I met, because I would go to people's chats and be like, oh hey, how you doing, stuff like that, and I would try to find the realm that they're in, just to be like, oh hey, like, oh hey, and I would just let them know like, hey, I'm watching, like, keep up the good work and stuff like that. And that's just how I made it. I mean, I got some good reactions, and luckily some people were like, you know, hey, you can use the VOD or whatever. Like Polar Bear let me use his VOD. I had one person, I'm not gonna specify because they're not in the video, but I had one person act very rude about it, I guess you can say. But I mean, it's completely fine. So I just didn't use their video in, or either clip specifically in the video, which is fine. But I used all the people that were like being genuine about it, letting me use it, all that type of stuff. So that's literally how I met everybody, and exactly where I'm at right now, and how I came from 0 to basically where I'm at right now, just playing Wiz. And I do get questions like, hey, like, you can play COD. I mean, I did play a little bit of COD, but it's kind of like just the community of COD right now, and just how much issues are in that game regarding cheaters, regarding skill-based matchmaking, regarding everything. I was just like, I just want to step away from that. And I mean, I do get some of my friends like telling me, like my school friends saying like, dude, play Warzone, play that. But I'm just like, I don't know if I want to play that. Like, as much as they want me to play it, they love the game, you know? Like, just me personally, I don't know if I want to play that game. Because if they don't fix anything, there's no real reason for me to hop on back on there and be like, hey, you know, I'm ready to play COD again. But right now I'm at a state where it's just like, I want to play Wiz. Like, I enjoyed this game for so many years. Whether it just be me growing up playing it when Mouser was just the final boss, or me playing it when you know, Morganth was the final boss, everything like that. But that was on my old account. It's not on this current account. But the thing is, I can't play with that old account because I had a max Fire, and Fire was actually my first school I ever created. And I know I'm using a Storm, but I would have done the same route again technically, because if you paid attention to the story, I used the Fire first, but I didn't want to continue questing on it because me and my friend he was Storm, I was Fire, and I didn't want to quest ahead because, you know, I didn't want to like go ahead of him. So that's why I made a Storm, and that's just how I am where I'm at with my Storm character. I mean, I love Storm. There's nothing bad about Storm. But yeah, my original account, the only reason I can't use it, so that account was linked with a Yahoo email. So if you don't know what Yahoo is, it's a specific email like Gmail, Outlook, all that type of stuff. So Yahoo particularly was the email that was linked to that account. And the password got reset for Wiz for that account. So I was like, okay, you know, I'll just, you know, go on my Yahoo account and just, you know, change the password again, you know. But I didn't use that Yahoo account in so many years. So what happened was they just completely banned my account. My Yahoo email is completely gone and everything like that, which kind of sucks. And that had my wizard, that was my Fire wizard that was stacked at the time in Mirage. When Mirage was the final world, I believe. Then yeah, my account just completely gone. It still exists, it's somewhere out there, but I just can't change the password. I can't do anything because I don't remember what the password was. And I tried like literally all my passwords, and I think I'm locked out of that account. And I even emailed KingsIsle saying like, I can't get into my account. Like I explained it to him like, the account, the email I was using. I even explained what the email was and everything like that, and they just didn't allow me to get that account back. Like, I tried literally every option, and they just did not give me my account back, which is fine, because if someone else with a different email is trying to get access to a different email account, it's not linked to it, they would be like, okay, like, we can't give it to you. So I can understand on their part, but just for me, I was just like, dude, I'm gonna have to start all over, everything like that, which was fine because I knew a lot about the game, so I didn't have to worry. I knew like the routes, I knew everything like that of what a person should do. So I mean, yeah, that fire account was just gone. I think I had a fire and like I had a death that was level 50, and I had a storm that was level 30. So it sucks that I'm never gonna see that account ever again. I mean, if I ever do, that would be crazy. But if I'm never gonna see that account ever again, which kind of sucks. But yeah, so that's why I'm using a storm as my main, and it works well because I love purple, even though I always used to play as a fire first. I just love the color purple, so that's why I went for storm instead of me continuing on my fire, because I didn't want to go ahead of my friend. So if my friend still was questing with me at the time, my fire would be maxed out before my storm. But since we never did, I literally just went on my own boat and just tried to speedrun the entire game on a storm, which I advise you can do, but some certain scenarios you're gonna need some help, some like in certain fights, which was fine with me. So yeah, and then I met friends along the way. People started checking out my channel, and that's just where I'm at right now. Long story, but that's basically how I'm at right now. And then just the reason why I have the whole samurai stitch and everything like that is because I've always had I've always enjoyed like the samurai, ninjas, everything like that in every game, to be honest. Even like in Overwatch, I would always play like I would always play a Genji or Hanzo. I would always play them, or I would play Lucio, or what's his name? I can't think of it. McCree. Those are like the main 4 players I would play. Just mainly DPS and 1 healer. I'll never play as a tank because I just didn't like that. I felt like more of a responsibility. But I would play DPS or the other thing. And then I did play Rocket League, but I have recorded 3 videos of Rocket League way back, but I just never uploaded them because I didn't feel like I should upload Rocket League on my channel. I didn't see the reason to. But I did play it. I would want to tell Smojo one day, but I mean, he's just, yeah. If we ever like played Rocket League together, he would just, destroy. I mean, me, I never even did rankings. I never do rankings in any games. That's why I don't really do PvP either. I did PvP on my fire like way back, but that was because I enjoyed that meta. This meta, no win chance, none of that. And you can't even shift, you can't even do anything like that. That was the meta I played in. So that's why whenever I say like, I'm living in the past while people are living in the present, is because I'm thinking that, oh, you can use enchants, you can shift, lore was OP, all that type of stuff. But we're in a different meta now, it's just that I have to get used to it. So yeah, that's basically the come up of DaRealAlmond. Basically. That's the entire story, really. I don't think I'm leaving anything out, really. Try and think. Yeah, that's about it. Other than that, once I got to like 250 subscribers, I just took a break and I came back like a couple months, like maybe like almost a year later, and then just started playing COD again, and then now I'm here. Very long story, but hope you guys enjoyed that little story. Beautiful story, almost made me tear up. Yeah, I guess you can say.